You guys already know what time it is, so let's just get right to it. It is already time for our October TBR. September went by so incredibly fast. I feel like this is like the fastest month of the year. So much happened. I got so much reading done, and I'm just very, very excited to choose my October TBR. I have a few books that are 100% already going to be on the TBR. I'm going to save those until the end because I'm gonna try to fit them into the prompts, but if I don't find a way to make the prompts match the books that are in my mind, I'm just gonna add them on. So who knows how many books are gonna be on this TBR. But first and foremost, we are going to be choosing our mystery book of the month. I only have 3 books left since we only have 3 months left of the year. And here they are. I have a book in mind that I'm hoping to get out of these 3. I know what 2 of these mystery books are, but there's one that I don't remember what it is. But let's pull up a random number generator and we'll do 1 through 3. And let's generate 2. Yes! Okay, let me show you proof. 1, 2. So I'm pretty much 100% sure this is what I think it is. And if it is, I am happy. Yes, okay. So we have The Handmaid's Tale. This is by Margaret Atwood. This book is it considered a classic? I'm not quite sure. I have seen the first few seasons of the TV show. It is incredibly disturbing. It is a book that is set in the future, but women's rights are kind of revoked. Women are only seen as reproducers, and it's just really disgusting and horrible. Let me just read the back a little bit. It says, Offred is a handmaid in the Republic of Gilead. She may leave the home of the commander and his wife once a day to walk to food markets whose signs are now pictures instead of words because women are no longer allowed to read. She must lie on her back once a month and pray that the commander makes her pregnant because in an age of declining births, Offred and the other handmaids are valued only if their ovaries are viable. Offred can remember the years before, when she lived and made love with her husband Luke, when she played with and protected her daughter, when she had a job, money of her own, and access to knowledge, but all of that is gone now. Everything has changed. Now I am doing like the same kind of format I did in my last TBR video, and I'm going to be choosing 5 TBR prompts, and then in my other TBR jar, I have just books written down. Every single book I own is in this. Last time I did this, I didn't include sequels and I didn't include books I wanted to read in fall, but obviously it's fall now, and so I decided to include all of those books, and then I included all of my sequels. So every single book that I own that I have not yet read is in here. It is terrifying. Just the thought of like getting something I am not in the mood for is scary. But last month, it was so successful and I read my entire TBR. It was great. We are going to begin with our TBR prompts. I'll be choosing 5 of these prompts, and then I will go find books that match the prompts and show you, and then we will move on to the other TBR jar. Sorry if this is kind of complicated and confusing. I'm trying to be as eloquent as I can. So first TBR prompt is a plant on the cover. That's so fun. I really like that one. I love plants. Next one is a 5-star prediction. Okay, number 3. Hello, I dropped one. Next book in a series. That is wonderful. That was 3. Now we're at 4. Free pick. That's always so nice. And my final TBR prompt. Please be good. My favorite color on the title, yay. I'm gonna go choose some books that match these prompts and I'll get right back to you. Okay, I have chosen my 5 books. Obviously it's October, so I'm choosing a lot of books that are very much fall and spooky themed because I'm going to be in that mood. I've already started my fall reads this month, so I'm excited to just continue them. So first of all, we have my 5-star prediction, and that is Mort by Terry Pratchett. I have really not heard anything about this. I couldn't even tell you why I think it's gonna be a 5 stars. It just seems so cute and funny. It says death comes to everyone eventually on Discworld, and now he's come to Mort with an offer the young man can't refuse. No, literally, can't refuse, since being dead isn't exactly compulsory. Actually, it's a pretty good deal. As Death's apprentice, Mort will have free board and lodging. He'll get use of the company horse and he won't have to take any time off for family funerals. But despite the obvious perks, young Moore is about to discover that there is a serious downside to working for the Reaper Man, because this perfect job can be a killer on one's love life. I really don't know why I think this is going to be 5 stars, but as soon as I bought this a few months ago, I just have been wanting to read it so bad, but I've been saving it for fall time. So I'm so happy to finally be getting to this. It's so exciting. I then have next book in a series, and for that I am choosing Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. This is the final book in the Harry Potter series, and I'm so excited to read this. I have actually been really in the mood to get back into this book. I did start it already, but I only got maybe like 30 pages into it, and then I was like, I'm gonna save this until the fall time. And now that it is the fall time, I think it is perfect to finish this book. I'm also getting this really cool special edition of Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, and I think that's coming in October, and then I want to start a reread of the series, so it's perfect for me to be able to just finish it up this month. I'm so excited for this. I have a lot of chunky books on this TBR so far, and it's kind of scary. But next is Fave Color on the title, or I wrote on the title, but I meant on the cover. Fave Color on the cover. And for that, I chose Renegades. My favorite color is like blue, ocean blue, and there's clearly a lot of blue in there. Renegades is a sci-fi book. It's a trilogy and it's about superheroes, and I have been wanting to read this so badly. I don't know why I haven't jumped into it. I actually almost started it this month but decided to wait a little bit. But it says, secret identities, extraordinary powers. She wants vengeance, he wants justice. I've just heard this is like a perfect trilogy, and I cannot wait to jump into this. Next, we have a plant on the cover, and for that I chose Foxglove by Adeline Grace. This is a perfect book for fall time. This is the sequel to Belladonna. It's just a very fun, gothic, ghosty read, and again, this is the sequel to it, so I can't really say much about it, but yes, it is very gothic, it's very spooky, it's very fun, and I wished I would have read Belladonna in the fall time, so I think reading Foxglove in the fall will kind of make up for that. And finally, I have my free pick. For that, I chose The Child Thief by Brom. This is like a dark fantasy retelling of Peter Pan. I've heard wonderful things about this. I'm hoping it's like a little spooky, but not scary. And I hope it's not weirdly sexual like sometimes dark fantasies are. I hope it's just a good time and perfect for fall. All right, so those are my 5 books with my TBR prompts. And now we are choosing 5 random books. Again, if I choose a book that I have already chosen or that I've already read, I'll just throw it out. It's so scary. Okay, I'm just gonna pick off the top. Here we go. First of all, we have The Great Gatsby. I was not expecting that. Let me go grab The Great Gatsby. All right, here she is. This is The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. I have actually already read this book before, maybe twice, but I read it in school, and I would really love to read it again because I know when I read it in school, I loved it. Every book we were required to read in school, I loved. I think it'll just be really fun to read this again. It says, this exemplary novel of the Jazz Age has been acclaimed by generations of readers. The story of the fabulously wealthy Jay Gatsby and his love for the beautiful Daisy Buchanan, of lavish parties on Long Island at a time when New York Times noted gin was the national drink and sex the national obsession. It is an exquisitely crafted tale of America in the 1920s. Okay, number 2. This always makes me sweat, it's so scary. Okay, I got Love in the Time of Serial Killers. I was really hoping I wouldn't get a romance this month because I am kind of a hater on romances right now. They're just not doing it for me, and the last 2 romances I've read, I've DNF'd just because I'm not interested. But obviously this is a romance. Love in the Time of Serial Killers by Alicia Thompson. It says, PhD candidate Phoebe Walsh has always been obsessed with true crime. She's even analyzing the genre in her dissertation, if she can manage to finish writing it. It's hard to find the time when she spends the Florida and summer, or no, This summer in Florida, cleaning out her childhood home, dealing with her obnoxiously good-natured younger brother, and grappling with the complicated feelings of mourning a father she hadn't had a relationship with for years. It doesn't help that she's low-key convinced that her neighbor Sam Dennings is a serial killer. He may dress business casual by day, but at night he's clearly up to something. It's not long before Phoebe realizes that Sam might be something much scarier. A genuinely nice guy who can pierce her armor to reach her vulnerable heart. So if I had to choose a romance for this month, it would be this one, since it is about true crime. So I'll take it. 3 more to go. Once Upon a Broken Heart. This is crazy because I actually packed this with me when I was going on my vacation to Disneyland because I was planning on reading it, but I didn't read it, so this is perfect. Let me go grab that. This book was actually still in my suitcase. But Once Upon a Broken Heart is about this girl whose name is Evangeline Fox, and she has always believed in happily ever after until she learns that the love of her life is about to marry another and her dreams are shattered. Desperate to stop the wedding and heal her wounded heart, Evangeline strikes a deal with the charismatic but wicked Prince of Hearts. In exchange for his help, he asks for 3 kisses to be given at the time and place of his choosing. But after Evangeline's first promised kiss, she learns that bargaining with an immortal is a dangerous game, and that the Prince of Hearts wants far more from her than she pledged. He has plans for Evangeline, plans that will either end in the greatest happily ever after or the most exquisite tragedy. I did just finish the Caraval trilogy, which is also by Stephanie Garber, and it takes place before this trilogy, I'm pretty sure. Or at least people recommend you read the Caraval trilogy before you read the Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy, but I did that, so now I can get into this book. I adore these covers. They are so beautiful. I'm happy I finally get to read this because I've been putting it off for so long, and now I'm kind of being forced to read it. I kind of want to get some sci-fi or like high fantasy or something. I'll probably get like another romance. Okay, number 4 is Stitch and the Samurai. Hang on, let me go grab that. If you're wondering, what is Stitch and the Samurai? It's literally a manga about Stitch and a samurai. I've never even heard of this before, but I was at Half Price Books a couple months ago and I saw this and I was like, oh my gosh, I need this. I have a weird obsession with Stitch. I collect like Stitch merchandise and stuff. I love him. I'm so happy I get to read this. This is gonna be such a great break from all these like heavy books too. Okay, that was perfect. Now, one final book. Oh, I got Renegades. Okay, it's already on here. Ah, the suspense. It's actually another classic. We have 3 classics on this list. This one is Wuthering Heights. Let me go grab that. What have I done to myself? What have I done to myself? So we have Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I don't really know anything about this story besides the fact that it is absolutely devastating. And that's kind of all I want to know. I haven't read the back or anything. I don't know what this book is about, and I want to keep it that way. I did want to read this in the fall time, so it is quite perfect. And this edition is so pretty to me. I love it. I can't believe we are reading 3 classics this month. At least it's really short. So there were 3 other books that I wanted to get on this TBR that I just couldn't make a way to happen with the prompts I was given. So first of all, we have Pumpkinheads. This is a graphic novel. I think it's just like a cute little spooky romance about these 2 characters, and I think it's set during Halloween, so I really want to read it this month. I also have another graphic novel I want to read this month, and that is Sheets. I'm not sure who this is by, but it's just about a cute little laundromat ghost, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, I just really wanted to be able to read those 2 graphic novels in this month. And then the final book I have on this TBR is going to be A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson. I read Dracula for the first time this month, or in September. I actually just finished it yesterday and I loved it. I loved it so much, and I've had A Dowry of Blood for a long time now, probably over like 6 months, and it says, saved from the brink of death by a mysterious stranger, Constanta is transformed from a medieval peasant into a bride fit for an undying king. But when Dracula draws a cunning aristocrat and a starving artist into his web of passion and deceit, Constanta realizes that her beloved is capable of terrible things. Finding comfort in the arms of her rival consorts, she begins to unravel their husband's dark secrets. With the lives of everyone she loves on the line, Constanta will have to choose between her own freedom and her love for her husband. But bonds forged by blood can be broken only by death. I've heard incredible things about this book. It also has the best font ever, so big. So yeah, that is my October TBR. Let's go through it one more time to give you a little refresher. The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood, Mort by Terry Pratchett, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows by J.K. Rowling, Renegades by Marissa Meyer, Foxglove by Adeline Grace, The Child Thief by Brom, The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald, Love in the Time of Serial Killers by Alicia Thompson, Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber, Stitch and the Samurai by Hiroto Wada, Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte, Pumpkinheads by Rainbow Rowell, A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson, and Sheets by someone whose name I can't recall. Thank you so much for watching my video today. I'm really excited to get into my TBR. I finished my September TBR fairly quickly, and I've kind of just been, it feels like chaos reading because there's no structure, and I love structure when it comes to reading in my TBR. I love to have a set list of books. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14 books I am going to try and read in October. I have a lot of time to read them because I have nothing going on. So I think I can do it. I will see you in my next video. Goodbye.